Alright, YouTube and all you Gbody lovers out there. So today in the shop I got this 88 Monte Carlo luxury sport. I guess you could tell by the Euro clip. But it's a luxury sport and it definitely could benefit from a G7 makeover, but this is the guy's daily driver. So because of that, he's not able to leave the car at one time for me to do everything that I do. So what we're going to do is do the car little by little. You know, I guess as he gets time or whatever, he'll just come in and get stuff done one by one. It's a very solid, very clean car. You know, a couple of dings and dents, but he just took it out of storage. It's been in storage for the last 7 years. So now it's his daily driver. And what I'm working on is the exhaust. Oh, that's a nightmare. You guys see, getting in, oh, this is a nightmare. Anyway, so I'm working on the exhaust. He actually got pulled over because the exhaust was too loud. Because he said while it was in storage, everything on the exhaust system has rotted, fallen off, broken. It's just been one thing after another. I'll let you guys hear it. Let's take a tour of the exhaust, shall we? Hold on. Oh! All right, let's see what's going on underneath the exhaust. As I said before, the headers are cracked, but there's just a whole pipe missing. Crossover pipe is missing. So this is just open. There's no pipe there. There was some sort of hose clamp holding this pipe on. This is connected to nothing. This one appears to be off as well. See? It's connected to nothing. So this is just here. Let's move back. We got this chain, I believe is just, it's holding the exhaust. You know, I don't know. Let's move back to the mufflers, see what they look like. Hold on. Hold up. Oh. So, the mufflers, yes, that's what this is, got holes in them big enough for me to stick my hand in. It's crazy, look at that. I can stick my hands in these things. And that's one. And the other muffler is there. Stick my hand in that one too. Look. So anyway, this was a single exhaust that splits into two, but there's a lot of cracks along the way, but it doesn't matter. I'm pulling everything out. From the headers to the tailpipe is what I'm replacing. So you got, hold, let me cut this thing off. So basically everything is getting replaced from the headers to the tailpipe. I'm waiting for the owner to come back right now. He's dropping off all the exhaust components, all the new stuff. So I'll cut you guys right back on and let you see all the new stuff that's going on. All right, give me a minute, YouTube. All right, so I just finished removing the old headers. I mean, you guys see these things, man. These things are ready for the scrap pile. Anyway, these are being replaced with these. Oh my, look at these. These things are beautiful. These are FlowTech long tube headers. I'm getting ready to throw those on. We also have a full stainless exhaust kit. This is a beautiful powder coated double hump transmission cross member. The reason we're changing the cross member is because I'm running true duals from the header all the way to the tailpipe. And this came with a factory single exhaust, so we needed a double hump cross member to make everything look all, make it look good. I'm not going to just throw it together. Also, these are the adapters because it's still running an oxygen sensor. So I need to get the header adapters to continue to run the oxygen sensor. I sprayed these things a little while ago because they came in raw steel. These things had surface rust on them right out the box. So they had to be treated and primed and sprayed with some temperature paint to make them look good. Also, we're running a Heartthrob. This is a Heartthrob 78 to 88 Gbody exhaust kit, stainless steel. It comes complete even with the muffler. It's supposed to go straight up to the header, so we'll see. Anyway, I'm getting ready to start throwing some parts on. Look at this thing, YouTube. This thing is beautiful. I'm getting ready to start throwing some parts on. After I get some things in, I'll cut you guys back on, let you check it out. Alright, YouTube, after a couple of careful hours in the lab, I think the forensic team was able to reconstruct the crime. Oh, buddy. Look at what we got here, YouTube. All the way down the line. This exhaust system is a mess. You guys see it? All the way from these rotted headers to these pipes. Everything was rotted. Everything was rotted. Even the cat. Look at the cat is going. Ain't nothing in there. There's the mufflers. This one came apart completely. Once I cut this chain off, that chain was holding up the middle. And yeah, down to the tailpipes. Oh boy, YouTube. You guys see it? Alright, back to the car. Alright, YouTube, so I just installed the driver's side header. It was easier for me to bring this one up from the bottom. So now I'm working on the passenger side. And believe it or not, it was easier for me to do this side from the top, drop it in from the top. Now, once I got it just about in place, I realized there's a little clearance issue. See, this is the upper arm, and you can see that you can't even get your finger behind there. So this will become a problem. So anybody installing long tube headers, this is what the problem you're going to run into is right here. This particular runner is leaning right against this bolt. So what you do, take a marker. It's the best way to do it, I should say. Take a marker and just kind of draw around it. I mean, you can go out as far as you want. I'm going there to make sure it's closer. I could even come here as far as you want. And once you make that area, you gotta kind of dimple it down here, just to make sure you have clearance. Because once the motor's moving, once the suspension's traveling, things twist a little bit, that's gonna keep hitting. You're gonna wear a hole or knock a hole right here into this thing. So what you want to do is take it. Now I gotta pull this thing back off, give it a light tap, kind of dent it in a little bit. You don't want to smash it in. You don't want to restrict the flow, but you do have to knock it in a little bit in order to get clearance. So once I get this off and tap it in a little bit, I'll cut you guys back on. Alright, YouTube, so I have the passenger header reinstalled now. I just finished putting it back in after kind of tapping it in a little bit to make room for clearance. So the reason I'm shooting this one from the top is so I can get you guys a better idea of the clearance now. Hopefully it'll show. So there it is. See, that's the bolt for the upper arm, and now you see the clearance. Now it has enough room to travel without anything touching. Before, it was making contact right there. So the header pipe was laying right on it. So now everything is clear. It's not bad. You can see just cleared it enough. It's not enough to make any major restrictions, but just enough to give it the clearance it needs. So if you guys are installing headers, that's something you got to look out for. That's it. All right, let me get back to throwing on the rest of the pipes. I'll turn you guys back on in a minute. All right, YouTube, the Monte Carlo's back on the ground. As you can see, that means it's done, YouTube. So there were a couple of challenges installing these headers into this Gbody, but you know, I got it done. Anyway, let me share another tip. If you guys are doing headers in there, it may happen to you. It happened here. The oil switch was actually hitting the head. I couldn't put it in. You couldn't have the oil switch and the header in. So what I had to do was relocate the oil switch back here. You see it? So what I did was I made some elbows, no rubber hoses. I used brass fittings, and I made elbows to relocate it back here. Plenty of clearance. It's not touching anything. Wire's safe out the way. You know, and it's close to the stock location. So if you guys are having a problem with it hitting, that's a way that you can fix it. It's working for me. No leaks, no nothing. So we'll see. All right. Let's start this thing up and see what it sounds like with the new Heartthrob exhaust. Oh my. Guys hear that? Hold on. Nice and strong. Nice and tight. Alright, let's see what the exhaust sounds like. Now, this car sits really low. So what I had to do was tuck the mufflers up as high as possible. So I tucked them up. They're about the same height as the sway bar. So that's it. That's as high as it can get without getting that vibration against the floor, but it's up there. It's tight. So what you guys see it, man. It's running. Motor's still cold, but it's running. So, all right, YouTube. Let me pull this thing outside, because whenever you do a new exhaust, you want to let it run for a while. Let it cure like it's supposed to. Let it blow out whatever's in the pipes. Let it cure whatever's on the pipes. So I'm gonna put this outside. The owner's on the way, and I'm gonna let it run for a while. Then I'll just double check everything before he leaves, and that's it, man. It's another one, YouTube. It's another one. All right. Cut you back on in a minute. Do it again. Beautiful. Oh, sounding good. Come on. Hold on. All right. Heartthrob exhaust. Heartthrob exhaust. Heartthrob. Beautiful.